Now I'm going to add that code back that I previously took out. Curly braces can also use to mark the start and the end of smaller blocks of code. Here you can see we have a block of code called start, and then we also have a block of code called update. Both of these are what's known as methods. Methods are smaller blocks of code that you may reuse over and over again. A method is written to perform some specific task extremely well. There are some methods that are already defined for you in terms of what their purpose is, like start and like update, but you can also create custom methods, which we'll get into later on in the year. So again, with each one of these methods, they have a set of curly braces to indicate the start and the end of each one. The purpose of the start method is to run whatever code is inside on this line as soon as the game starts. On the other hand, with the update method, this code is run literally every frame of the game it's being updated. Methods are always going to be found inside of the curly braces that indicate what the class is. Inside of these methods are what's called statements. So a statement is an individual piece of code that performs some kind of action. So here I have a statement inside of my start function. So what should happen is when I run my code, as soon as this game starts, in my console, I should get a message that says hello. One thing about statements is that they always end in a semicolon. Semicolons are like the periods of C#. One place that semicolons don't go is right after the beginning of the method. If that happens, instant errors. So just make sure that you are putting semicolons on the end of statements that are inside of the method. So let's test this out. We'll hit Control S to save our project. While that's saving, you'll see it compiling and updating in Unity. Once it's done loading, you'll see that in my preview, that code has updated. And so now I can attach it to my game object if you haven't done so already, and then hit play to see what happens. Now, if you didn't catch what happened, that's because we're not looking at our console. Our console printed out a log that said, hello, as soon as our game started. What if, though, we were to take this same line of code and put it in the update method instead? Hit save to save the changes to Unity. And so now when I press play, that debug.log is going to run every frame that my game is running. So eventually this will just become a continuous list of logs that say hello until I stop the game.